Afternoon and Merry Christmas. Welcome to Clancast this Friday, Dataclan's Christmas Quiz Edition. And for this week only, our illustrious Quartermaster will be Q for Quizmaster instead. The way this is going to work is Quartermaster Gemma is going to be asking our panel of experts here Christmas questions. And the panel here, we're going to discuss those questions, share our thoughts with one another, before then writing down privately our own answer, having experienced the discussion, which we'll then show on screen, and Gemma will be scoring us. So there are points, and what do points make?
Prizes!
Woo! At least there's somebody as old as me here. That's prizes! So without further ado, Q, over to you.
Okay, so to just give you an overview of how this is going to work, most of the questions will be worth 3 points. There are bonus points on some questions, and questions with a numeric answer where you have to kind of guess an amount or a distance or something. There'll be 3 points for the closest guess, 2 points for the next closest, 1 point for the next, and 0 for whoever has the worst guess. Okay, so as Chris said, for each question, you'll have a few seconds to have a chat and see if you can come up with a data-driven answer. And then you can each give your own answer. So, first question. Mm-hmm. What did Christmas wreaths originally represent?
Oh, what do we think about this team?
I'm going to go with crown of thorns for Jesus.
7.
Oh, that's a good one, Rob.
The vaccine doesn't work.
No, but the crown of thorns was at Easter.
Yeah, so it's interesting, but probably wildly inaccurate. I mean, we often associate wreaths with death, though, don't we? I wonder whether it's related to
I think it goes back to Victorian times. And could it be something to do with food?
It could be, couldn't it? And we often hang the wreaths on our doors, front doors. That's
right. Yeah.
Is it about warding? Is it about warding off? It's about welcoming. It's about signifying a religious festival that invites people into your home.
Well, is the answer going to be the actual truth or just something that Gemma thought up?
Well,
Boris Johnson has done all these answers.
Yeah, fact checked with Bojo. So
no, well, no chance.
Signifies a party is not going on in this house.
Yes, it is really.
Okay, I think.
Yeah.
I think you guys have had long enough to discuss. There've been some interesting ideas. So if you could each write down your answer, and we'll see has anyone been convinced by somebody else's confidence to change their answer, or are you all going to have different answers? Who knows? So,
right.
Hey,
ready?
Yeah.
Reveal your answers.
We'll see.
Oh. So
Chris has gone for welcome during Advent.
Sorry.
Claire, yours is a bit small. If you could read it out.
Sharing food.
So, what did you say? Sorry.
Sharing food.
Sharing food. David.
I put down. I didn't know it to be legible. I put down warding off evil.
Warding off evil. Okay, and Rob. Open house. So.
I like the fact that David didn't disclose his thinking at all during that. I mean, that's very tactical.
What you mean? Waited until everybody else had answered and then took the absolutely contrary view to everybody else.
Discovering there was a complete lack of inspiration from the discussion.
Well, you say that, but perhaps in this case, father should have listened to son.
Oh,
and son should have been more confident in his original answer because it is the Christ's thorny crown.
Oh,
so it's what? Say that again.
Christ's thorny crown.
That's my father's disbelief that I've got an answer to a question in an exam, right?
What's that got to do with Christmas?
I think that's a great question, David.
You've heard of Jesus, I suppose.
So the holly leaves represent the thorns and the red berries are to symbolise the blood he
Love.
shed.
Wow.
One
So
point.
that is
Did I get a point
At
for that?
Easter,
No,
though,
I
at
didn't write it
Easter.
down.
So Rob gets 0 despite having the right answer. That's very
Oh.
disappointing, but good
It's
try.
a bit disappointing.
Why do you get 0 points?
Because I never wrote because you convinced me it was something else.
I thought you didn't put that down. All right, okay.
So next question.
Yeah.
What is the diameter of the world record holding largest Christmas bauble?
Are there options?
Please
Is this
discuss.
metric or imperial?
I've got the answer here in meters, so that would be helpful to save me having to do
Oh, there's a
conversion.
clue there.
The diameter is all the way round, yes?
Across the middle.
Oh,
No,
right.
across the middle. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say.
Where would it be?
I can tell you where it is if you want that as a
Oh,
hint.
yeah. Go on, give us. Where?
So it's in,
Wonder tree.
it was in 2018 and it was on display in the Dubai Mall.
Oh,
Right, in
God.
that case,
Rob's
So
just added
it's
a
17
zero.
miles wide.
well, Dad, you must have walked past it a few times. So
But not in 2018. But the atrium in which it would be displayed is about 50 meters wide and about 75 meters high.
it's got the largest single bit of glass in the world. It's got a fish tank that's got a shark in it.
So I reckon around 3 meters.
That's what I said. I think it's going to be 8 meters.
I said 7.
So,
Oh,
God.
so are these your actual answers?
Hang
Now, on the data clan principle, what we should do is somebody, some sort of polymath type person,
Or
should
5
do an average of
meters.
that.
5 meters.
Well, don't forget,
5,
you're playing
7, 8.
against each other. So this part is just to kind of get some ideas.
Yeah.
And then you have to come up with your own answer.
Right, I've got
So,
one.
so if it's 50 meters wide, let's assume that David's contribution there is accurate. 50 meters wide, a tree presumably, or some installation that's going to support the bauble,
Yeah.
is unlikely to be. Well, it probably wouldn't be a tree, actually, thinking about it, would it? In
It might
Dubai,
just be one hanging bauble.
It's just
Yeah,
hanging
it's not
down.
going to. No, I mean they've got trees all over the place, despite the fact that it's a Muslim country.
Yeah.
Right, but they do things like
They do.
they.
All users are.
Well, I was there. They had a Louboutin shoe
Yeah.
that was gold plated, and it was like 4 meters long.
Hmm.
And
I've got that right.
They had a gold remote control car that was worth $24 million.
Wow.
So
Okay, I think it's time
things
for-
like that.
Right, ready?
So write down your answers, please. And Rob's going first. So is that 14, Rob?
Yeah.
14 meters from Rob. 35 meters from Chris.
3.5. 3.5.
Oh, 3.5, sorry.
I'm going to go
7 meters from David, and
Yeah,
Claire
I'm
is
gonna
going for
7 as well.
35 meters.
7 as well.
What's the answer?
So the actual answer is 4.68 meters.
Oh, so
Chris
Chris
got
is
it.
nearest.
4.68. So I believe, so Chris, I think you were the closest.
Yeah.
Claire and David, you said 7. What was your guess? Sorry, Rob. 14.
Yeah.
So
Hang on,
Claire
so
and
what did you
David are
say?
tied for second. So I'm going to give you 2 points each. And Rob, you get 0.
4.
Right. Good
Sorry, I
try,
couldn't
Rob.
Right, go on.
Good try to amend your answer there, Rob.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to question 3. Which Christmas song has been recorded more times than any other? So that's part 1 of this question, and part 2 is how many times has it been recorded? So there's 3 points available for the name of the song, and 3, 2 and 1 points available for the best guesses on how many times it's been recorded.
You would think it would be Jingle Bells, but I mean, it could be It's got to be
But it's
Jingle
good-
Bells
but
or
what-
White
Rob,
Christmas.
we're talking about recorded, right?
Yeah.
And this is where age trumps intelligence, because White Christmas was the most recorded song of all time until Michael Jackson's
We Are the World.
the thing where they all came out the ground.
No, Thriller.
Thriller.
Oh, are you? So you saying?
Quite a Christmas
so you're
theme
saying
there.
it's the
Yeah,
Christmas song that
but
isn't-
Thriller knocked White Christmas off the #1 slot of the
Which
most
would make
recorded
White
songs.
Christmas the likely candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so White Christmas, and it's probably, so Michael Jackson sold more than that, so that would be, he would have.
Oh, now hang on. Are we talking sales or recordings?
No, well,
How many
So
times?
this is how many different versions
Yeah.
have been recorded.
It's got to be.
with White Christmas, it's 99% Bing Crosby, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Barry,
that would only be
What
like
about,
10
Dean Martin,
recordings.
Frank Sinatra.
do they
all
know
the
it's
Rat Pack.
Christmas? What about that one sleigh that everyone
It's got
no
to be Jingle. It's got to be Jingle
or
Bells.
jingle
surely.
bells?
But how many different recordings of that have there been though? I mean, it's been sung a lot by lots of different people.
Yeah, it's not how often it's been sung. I mean, and
Walking in the Air.
I mean, recording it for your nativity play doesn't work.
Well, that's a
Um,
tough one.
Okay, I think it's time for you to answer. So if you could write down the name of the song and how many different versions you think there have been copyrighted, that would be fab. Okay, who's going to go first? David's got his pad ready. David's gone for White Christmas and 12.
Yep.
Oh, Rob's going White Christmas and 11. Claire's got
Jingle bells.
Jingle Bells 20.
20.
And Chris has
Oh,
gone Winter
obvious.
Wonderland with 10. So I'm going
Can
to
we
tell
get,
you
can we get
first that
points for the second part of the answer, even if we got the first part right?
No.
yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think
We're
Accidentally
making
got
this
the
up
right
as we
number.
go
Right.
along, so why not?
What is it? What's the
Um,
answer?
So the answer is Silent Night.
Oh.
Oh!
And there have been 733 different versions copyrighted
Oh,
since
Wow.
1978.
Oh my word.
That's right. That's. You've got to think.
So
That's-
I think
Thinking inside the box too much.
so. Chris, was your
Oh,
guess
Data
20?
Clan. For your thinking.
Mine
inside
was
the
10. I
box.
think Claire was 20, so she's closest.
She's closest. So Claire gets 3 points. Chris gets
None.
2.
Weren't David and Rob 12?
Yeah,
David was 12. Rob was 11. So Chris gets 0.
And how many times has it been recorded? 700.
733. So you were all quite a way off that.
That is a bit of a joke, to be fair.
That was a hard question.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Don't
we're
make
back on it.
excuses.
Sorry.
Don't make excuses for us.
So the next one is food related. So I think you should be good at this one. How long was the longest Stollen ever made?
Oh.
That's sausage.
No, it's
No,
a
it's
Christmas
cake.
Is it a
German cake.
German-
Oh yes, right. Okay,
Christmas
right.
cake.
Like a German. Right.
it's a long Stollen.
Yeah.
1 mile.
No, I'm talking about maybe 100 meters.
Have you
Yeah,
got
I
any-
think.
Oh.
So I can tell you it was made by Lidl in the Netherlands in 2010.
Presumably, they must have measured it quite quickly before it was stolen.
Uh-huh. Are we talking meters?
Yeah, well,
Meters.
But you're talking, I mean, they make things like, like risottos that are like half a mile long, don't they? So I mean, a Stollen's going to be at least 100 meters.
I'm going to go. Right. I think this is. I think this is too much of it. Data Clan
I
collaborates
think-
the rest
I
of the
think it's
year.
around-
I'm going out on my own here. Ready? Have you written
Okay.
anything
hang
Ready
on.
for your answers.
10 meters.
110 meters for Rob. Claire's gone what? Sorry, 10 meters.
10. Yeah.
David's gone 20.
120.
Chris has gone, oh,
120.
120,
Where are you getting
sorry.
39 from?
120. Sorry. There.
And Chris has gone
Seems to
39.
be different.
So the actual answer is
So my
72,
39. Sorry.
72.1
Yeah,
meters.
baby.
Oh,
So I do apologise for having to ask this again. I think that makes Chris the
Me.
closest.
No.
What was your guess?
110.
110. Yeah, it does make me the closest.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
God.
Chris is
Rob's
the closest.
37.9 away. I'm 32.9 away.
So then
Probably
it'll
fall for
be
that mathematical
Rob next,
illusion.
Now you know why I did 39.
Claire
Yeah.
next,
Nice.
and
No, I do know
unfortunately,
what. Yes, I do know. Okay,
N-
right.
nil point for
Irritating.
David.
Exactly
Okay.
equidistant between. Yeah, that is really irritating.
Okay.
But I'm 39 is my answer to the next question.
Okay. Well, you might want to review that, Rob.
Oh,
what
The next
is your
question is how many Americans end up visiting the ER each year as a result of Christmas decorating accidents?
how many people?
How many Americans?
So there's 250 million or so of them. I guess that a large proportion of them will put up decorations of some kind.
Electrocution's got to be up there quite high. I've fallen off a
Okay.
ladder. And
Falling, yeah. Slip, trips and falls.
200,000 maybe?
I don't know. Come on, David. How many people go to A&E generally?
Well, it's America. That's going to be a different calculation because in the UK they go to A&E, but they can't get in.
Yeah. No, it's going to be quite serious if they go to ER, right?
I think, well, maybe not. I think 200. I think it's less than 200,000, but
Like
I think it is more than 100,000.
I would think it's about 1.5 million actually.
Wow.
All right,
Well,
let's do it.
It is interesting because I was kind of working on like what proportion of people are going to hurt themselves seriously putting up Christmas decorations, and I'm thinking that's probably somewhere between 1 in 1,000 and 1 in 10,000. So one in a 1,000, if there's 250 million of them, is 250,000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
1 in 10,000 would be 25,000. So yeah, that's kind of ballpark-ish.
Okay, I'm going to stick to my original 200,000.
Right.
439,000. 111,000. Why 11?
Okay. So
He's a smart.
it was really interesting that because we've obviously got medical background here. We've got psychologists
11,
and kind of what people might consider is serious enough to go to A&E. We've got the mathematician trying to work it out mathematically. I can tell you that actually it was a lot. I thought it would be less than this number, and you guys all thought more. It's around 15,000.
Oh
per
no!
year.
Wow.
Wow.
So I think on that
Granddad.
basis, I think
Dad.
David was the closest.
Yeah.
Could you just show your answers again? Just so
Yeah,
that
I was second, Claire was third.
I had 200.
second, third, and Rob was fourth.
Great. Obviously.
Well, the Americans are obviously more careful than we give them credit for.
No,
I
they
know
have to
that- they
pay
have to-
when they get there. That's the difference.
No, they have to pay for their healthcare. That's the
Well,
thing.
that's it. That is. You're going to think twice about getting that finger reattached if you don't have health insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Okay. So the next question is more of a one for you to discuss and see if you can figure it out. The old English word for mistletoe is mistletoe. What is the literal meaning of that word? And I will give you a hint that mistletoe is a plant which can only grow on trees. So it kind of roots into existing trees.
You mean it's parasitic?
It is parasitic.
Yeah, so it can't just grow in the ground on its own.
How are you spelling mistletoe?
Misteltan.
Oh, as it sounds.
Misteltan.
Is it an English word? Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at that thinking there's not an obvious like Greek or Latin root in there.
No.
That I should think.
German, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, German. Is it something like misteltan? So something stuck on a tree or something? Mistel,
What does mistel mean in German?
God knows.
Is it not to do with, I think mistel is the same as, well,
Perhaps it's something tree.
MIS is in, right? So it must in Germanic, so like missile.
Yeah, inside tree. Or
Tan in
Tan.
German must be.
So yeah, so I'll let you know that I think the bit that you need to pay attention to the hint here. It can only grow on trees. So I'll give you a couple more seconds.
It's to do with a leaf.
tree leaf.
Bark.
Or tree.
It means tan is like bark, isn't it? So it must be added bark or something.
Yeah.
It must mean.
Added bark, or yeah.
Extra skin, it means.
Okay.
Inside.
I'll give you one final clue before I ask you to write down your answer, and that is it's certainly not very romantic. So once you know this, you might not want to kiss under it anymore.
So the parasitic, it must be something to do with like a kind of growth, fungus.
Yeah.
Something to do with fungus, isn't it? Some tan must be fungus. It must
mushroom.
be.
What about tree mushroom? Tree mushroom. Tree fungus.
Yeah, tree mushroom. I'm going with tree mushroom.
Right, okay. Write down your answers, please.
I'm going to say that. Tree mushroom.
Skin fungus. Is this the
Tree
this is
fungus
the literal
from
translation?
Chris.
Tree poison.
Tree
Oh.
poison. Okay.
Skin fungus.
Tree mushroom and skin fungus from Rob. Okay. Now, before Rob gets his knickers in a twist, I'm going to go back to question 1 and give Rob a bonus point for
I'm not wearing
getting
a
the
knicker.
answer, but not actually writing it down. And I'm going to give Claire 1 point in this round because none of you got it right. Something stuck on a twig. And the answer is, it's dung on twig,
Oh.
as in poop.
Oh.
On twig.
Because
So literally it means shit on a stick.
shit on a stick, yes.
No wonder mistletoe sells.
Two
so well.
Ronnies. Who needs the 2 Ronnies at Christmas when you've got data ground?
So it's because birds germinate by eating the berries and then
Oh, yes,
pooping
I
the
did know this.
seeds onto tree branches where the plant then grows.
Right, now I actually now remember being told this. By right.
Oh my word.
What I should have done is asked you all questions which I've told you the answer to at some point during the year and see if anyone remembers what I've said. See how well you...
I would remember them all. Q.
Of course. No bonus points for that, Rob, I'm afraid.
Yeah, what, being a creepy suck up to the quarter. No.
Being a
May I say what a
mistletoe.
powerful woman you are?
Okay, number 7.
Yes.
In order for Santa to visit every single household in the world on Christmas Eve, at what average speed would he need to travel?
Oh,
Why?
God.
Why does Chris? This is like Chris Lee's design questions, isn't it?
I've got no
I
idea.
don't think so. So we'd like the answer in miles per hour. And the hint is that it's slower than the speed of light.
Oh, brilliant. What's that? Do we know what that is?
How many people live? How many people live in the
6
world?
something million miles per hour.
8.6,
is the speed of light.
7.8 something. What's the
What's the diameter of the world?
Well,
Well,
no, I was thinking more. I was thinking more about how many people. Well, my thinking was how many people are there divided
What
by.
is it? What are we? 4 billion or something?
What would you say if it's 4 billion? This might be
But
a
he ain't
collective
got,
answer.
he only goes to children. But
Good
it's
point, Claire.
That's a
still a
very good
house-
shout, right?
still a
okay, cool.
household though.
Well,
isn't
yeah,
it?
but
Well, let's say children under 20 and they overall on this planet probably account for 25 to 30% of the population, right?
Well,
so
you-
we're saying around about 1 billion.
no, but there could be 2 children in a house. So you've got so it's households, right?
So he-
Global average number of children per family?
2.4.
He's only gonna
know.
visit those who are in his good book,
That's right.
and he's only gonna visit Christians.
That's right.
And no children in Africa. I've never heard of a children in Africa because they never got clean water, let alone a present.
Yeah.
from
No,
Santa.
they're not gonna.
Okay.
Santa wouldn't visit them.
So we talk, yeah, so that's good. So it limits the countries, doesn't it? So there's,
I hope this answer is a fair trade answer in so much as it recognises the inequality, global inequalities of.
I think that's a very valid point. So we've got 500 million households.
I'd just like to read the question again. In order for Santa to visit every single household in the world.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
oh, okay. Every single house.
Also, hypothetically, if Santa took presents to everyone,
Like if it was
To,
really a
to
nice
all
guy.
children.
he actually wants
Let's say
right,
to
okay.
all children in the world. Which of course he should.
So okay, right. So this is a Liberal Democrat.
So all households with
manifesto
children then is the question.
Yes.
Right, okay. So that takes us to, I reckon, 500 million households.
Okay.
divided by how long has he got to do it?
Well,
Well,
it's classic traveling salesman problem, right? How you plan that route in the most efficient way. And it's that I would suggest that it's almost impossible to solve the problem of the most efficient routes. So we're going to have to make some even coarser estimates than we've done so far in getting to 500 million here.
so he starts in Lapland, doesn't he? So he'd probably go which way round? Because obviously, of course, he only comes at night. So he'll have to start. So where's night first? So is he going to go the opposite way round or the other way round?
Well, if he flies at the same speed as the Earth travels, then he could theoretically and just drop them. I mean, it's difficult to tell because you don't know whether he's drops them down by magic or whether he really
I mean,
does.
he goes down the chimney, doesn't he?
Yeah, let's assume he's got to actually physically be at least above every household.
Right, but we know that he's got to do it between two time points. Yeah.
He's going to do the southern hemisphere as well, which is a much shorter.
So let's say it's
night
40. Well, let's say it's so Christmas morning to Christmas morning. It's always going to be 12 hours, right? In fact, it's exactly 12 hours round. Is that not right? So Australia, let's say sun rises Christmas morning 6 in Australia, and it
Oh,
rises.
so you're saying Christmas Eve is more than 24 hours. I like the thinking there.
Well, I think we might be.
Well, in
overthinking
Scandinavia,
it.
it lasts for about 5 months.
I would do,
That's
I would do
right.
5 billion divided by 12 hours. I don't think, unless
No,
there's an
I'm gonna-
explanation about the maths behind this, because otherwise I'm going to be.
It's actually 24 hours that he's going to be. That he's going to have.
Yes, 24-hour period is what I've got. And I do have the maths here. I'm sure it
Right.
will be pulled
So
apart by our resident
so-
mathematician, but
Right, boss. 5 million divided by.
Well, the question would be, what's the average distance between households, I suppose? That would be the math way of doing it.
It doesn't matter, does it? Because we know that he definitely completes the exercise in a 24-hour period.
Yeah,
Therefore-
the point is, how far has he got to travel in that 24-hour period? We need to know the speed.
He's zigzagging about a bit.
Exactly, that's the point. It's not just once around the world. It's much more complex than that. Think
okay.
about just your street going on
No
one side down the
idea.
I don't think it.
And that's assuming he's got a vaccine passport.
Oh yeah, how long does he have to wait
I know.
to have his COVID pass checked?
Yeah.
My
How long's the
calculator doesn't do that. Right. Okay. Can we do a collective answer here?
Yeah, I've got no idea. I'm useless at physics.
It's, as I said, it's close to, but it's reasonably close to the speed of light. It's certainly into the millions of miles per hour. So pick an answer, people.
All right. What's the speed of light
Speed
again?
of light is 6.6 something million, so it's less than that.
Like 5 million miles an hour.
5.6 million miles an hour.
David, what have you gone for? 5.6 million?
Yeah,
Ah,
Same as me.
yeah.
Oh,
so that's a coincidence, by the way.
Father's son.
Fuck off.
Chris? Chris is still doing the maths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to come up with 39 point.
I think he's going to go lower.
Yeah. You know, I am going to go lower.
It's 4.2, I think.
So Rob and David have gone for 5.6.
202.5 million. Oh, 250,000.
250,000.
Yeah. And I'll challenge the maths if it's significantly more than that.
Wow. Well, we're about to have a
You're
challenge
going to
then.
strongly worded
Claire.
letter to the
Yeah.
Christmas quiz online services.
Claire is the winner there. She went for 5 million and it's 5.083 million miles per hour. So you're
Ooh.
very close there, Claire, despite
Oh,
saying you
that's
had
it.
no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris was a long way away, and Rob and David were a reasonable guess there as well.
But he's writing, he's drafting a letter in his head now.
So I have what I've done is I've gone from a company called PopSci
Oh.
did the calculation, and they based it on 2.67 children per household.
Yeah.
75 million households worldwide visited in that 24-hour period.
75 million.
That's a massive.
75 million households, yeah.
That's a huge underestimate. There must be 75 million households in America.
Yeah, there must be.
Well,
I think
I'm
you should
afraid
write-
that's
I
what
think you
they
should
said.
co-author a-
Although I have to say that argument would make my answer even more wrong. So
Okay, that was great fun.
I think
So-
they've massively overestimated the average distance between households there.
But don't forget that there's kind of oceans to travel in the middle.
Yeah, but they're kind
You've
of
got to get
neither here nor
across
there in
them.
the scheme of things. You know, getting across the Atlantic, 3,000 miles or whatever, that's a drop in the ocean compared to the rest of the distance.
Hopefully Santa won't drop in the ocean this year. And we'll make
I'd
it
estimated 3.1 million miles need to be travelled. So the transatlantic bits and the trans-Pacific bits are neither here nor there.
Okay, so moving on. Question number 8.
Question number 8.
Oh, it's more.
There are more.
How many?
The
have you
US
got?
restaurant chain, there's 12 questions, but hopefully the rest won't need quite so much thought as went into that one. The US restaurant chain Denny's
Yeah.
broke what went against their always open motto by giving all its employees Christmas Day off in 1988. What was missing from every single restaurant which almost put a stop to the plan? So their motto was always open, and in 1988 they wanted to give all of their employees. Sorry?
Surely it's a closed sign.
I was going to say I was going to say alarm, locks, or close sign. I'm going to
Star.
go.
Star.
So,
So
okay,
what was missing was the open sign.
So yeah, what was missing from every single restaurant, which almost meant that they had to stop that plan.
It's got to be. I think closed sign has got to be.
Open? No, because they're open because all the staff had the day off. So they're not open, are they?
Yeah, but what was missing that nearly stopped that happening?
They couldn't say they were closed because
The
they didn't have
open
a closed
sign.
sign.
Oh, what was missing? So they. Oh, okay, yeah. So they didn't have one.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll go for closed.
I'm going.
I think closed sign.
So you're all going for closed sign?
Yeah.
Locks. Lock.
Rob's, are you changing your answer, Rob, or are you sticking with the rest of the gang? Closed
I'm going to go with
signs.
this. Look.
Rob's going off the wall here. And it serves him well.
Oh,
There were no locks on any of the doors.
on, Robster.
So they had to get a
And
fleet
it's
of
led you down a
joiners
little
at the
path
last
there,
minute.
Follow the leader. Follow Chris. All
Think
agree and then
different.
change your mind at the end.
Think different, people.
You know what? The concept that a commercial property is fitted up on a mass
no
scale
locks,
like
I know.
Denny's, and because it's always open, they don't even bother to put locks in. It's such an American idea. I mean, the idea that it's like, how can we save money? We don't need to have a lock because we're always open. It's 100% what Denny's represents.
And you see, Chris would say that if they had proper data and
Life cycle of the
that they
development.
didn't know that they needed until they needed it, they would have known there were no locks on the doors.
Exactly.
That
You would
Denny's
expect-
line is that. If you ever want to explain why you need to know instead of Grenfell depressing examples, Denny's is the one.
Yes, I like that. It should be in their asset information system.
It should.
That should have
Okay.
actually pinged when they thought of the idea.
Exactly.
If only Denny's had a data life cycle data model, then they would. Then there would be no Christmas question.
Okay, question 9. What was the weight of the largest Christmas pudding ever recorded? And this is a current world record held by the people of the Orton Pudding Festival in Lancashire. And the record was set in 1992.
Is it
So-
in kilograms or pounds?
I'm going to give you a big clue here. How many tons
Oh my God.
did it weigh?
When you say when you say it's the current record, is that a clue?
Oh, very good.
Uh,
Right, right. Let's go blind here.
I'm going 2.5 tons.
4.2.
2.5, 4.2,
Closed.
1.7, 2.1.
that- I think
Could
that's
you just
got it.
keep your answers up on the screen for a moment so I can work out
I
who's the
think
winner?
that's right.
2.5.
2.5. So
I think it's
I
more
can
likely
tell you
1.7.
that Claire is the closest there.
Oh, she's
She's really
running
good
away
at
with
this.
it.
It's a guess.
So Claire was
know,
the closest. The actual
got the
answer is
biggest bit.
3.28.
Hang on, why isn't David closest then?
Oh, sorry,
1.0.
David, what was your
Oh,
guess?
no, I was 1.7.
Oh, who was 2.5 then?
Me.
Oh,
Claire.
no, you were the closest then, weren't you?
Keep up.
So I think,
That's
sorry,
not
I'm trying
right.
to do this from memory because you've all removed your answers.
2.5, I said.
2.1. So David's next closest.
What's the answer? 3 point?
3.3.
How can David be the next closest
Oh,
then?
why do you keep
Oh,
The next closest,
Hang on,
surely.
it's Rob. Sorry, Rob's the next closest. Then Chris,
Yeah.
and
It
then
must have been
David.
quite a big pudding, or
Yeah.
else it was very heavy.
Well, they are quite heavy, aren't they? They just.
Imagine the size of the threepenny bit or whatever, or the
Oh, God.
silver coin or whatever it goes into the.
So I guess this is question 10, the last question of the quiz.
Yeah.
No, we've got 12 questions,
12
mathematician.
You better get a move on, Quizmaster.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, it's
Go
not
on,
me
let's
that's holding us
rattle
up. Okay. What were the first artificial Christmas trees made of?
Paper.
And the sorry,
Wood.
the first artificial trees.
Oh, yeah.
What were they made of? And it's the answer is what were the leaves made of? And I'll give you a hint is that it kind of makes sense when you think what might have been floating around at that time of year.
It's not snow.
Hmm.
So these appeared in Germany in 1865. And they had to dye the material green to make them look like leaves.
Surely they would look like pine needles now.
Were they made of Christmas socks?
I'm going to go right out here.
Are we just going to dive straight in with our answers on this one? I think since we're a bit low on time, I think you should just scribble down your ideas.
Right, here's mine. Feathers.
Claire's going feathers.
I have no idea, so I'm therefore going with the controversial.
Fingers.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Rob's gone feathers.
Yeah.
And David's gone feathers. Okay. So the answer was indeed goose feathers.
Hooray!
Because of
There's a
course
lot
they
of
would have
geese.
plucked their gooses.
Yeah.
And then dyed the feathers green.
What was it?
I
Quite a
don't know where
Germanic
Chris
thing,
was
wasn't it?
planning to get enough fingers to decorate a Christmas tree with.
Unless you were a serial killer.
Yeah, that's the serial killer Christmas tree. Okay.
Just call me Dexter.
Question
I might start doing that.
Question
What-
11.
Yep.
What was the largest Christmas gift ever given? And for a bonus point,
What is it?
how much did it weigh?
Oh, so heaviest Christmas gift.
I'm pretty sure it also is the biggest.
Oh, it's got to be someone from. It's got. Is it ostentatious? Oh, you can't tell us.
Well, but is it? I mean, would this not be like a national gift? Like
yeah.
we get
Give
the
me
we get
an
our
elephant.
Trafalgar's tree.
Is it not? Is it? I wonder if the Statue of Liberty was a gift.
It was a gift. I'm just was it a Christmas gift though?
But it must be a statue, I'm thinking.
Mhm.
You only gave statue, and it
Or an
was
animal.
that's made of
What about an elephant?
iron, isn't it?
Gifting an elephant. Yeah,
Unless it's a bridge, unless it's a gift of something like a bridge. It must be a monument. It can't be a stone statue because that would be heavy enough. It would have to be a metal.
Mm.
I think it's more likely to be a building.
Yeah, or a statue. Yeah.
That's a good building. Might be a good shout. Was the Empire
Okay.
State
Or is it a
or a
diamond?
church, a cathedral?
and what's the question? How heavy is it, or what it is, and how heavy is it?
So the initial question is what it is, and for the bonus points, it's how much does it weigh?
Jeez.
So I think you now need to write down your own answers and your own estimates of how much it might weigh without any further discussion, because we are a little bit low on time.
I've got
Right,
no
so full
idea.
intent. Right, I'm done.
What is it, Rob?
Statue of
Statue of Liberty, 4,000
Statue
tons.
of Liberty, 4,000 tons.
If that's right, I'm
A plane, 50 tons.
150 tons.
Can
Oh,
you tell us-
150 tons,
can you
sorry.
tell us what the metric is? Because I'm.
a yacht, 300 tons. That's not a bad
A
shout.
yacht.
I think Statue of Liberty is way less than 4,000 tons. But if you don't go extreme, then it's like this. It must be something massive.
Go big
Go
or
big
go
or
home.
go
Rob.
home.
Well, quite. Yeah. If you have to if you have to ask your goose, yeah.
I've got no idea.
Quote of the year. I've got some quotes of the year to send round. Actually.
Well, if you take the legs off, Claire, you'll have still no idea.
Right, I'm going to go a bit controversial.
I used that joke
I'm
yesterday.
going to say a diamond or gem.
Oh,
That's not a bad.
okay,
40 carats in weight.
okay.
Oh, that's left field.
It is.
Bet-
So,
if she's right, then there's an inside.
Coin or
I mean, I haven't opened my Christmas present from Chris yet, so who knows? This may be a short-lived record now. We might be looking at a new record on Christmas Day. But the answer, Rob, you are quite right. It is the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, very
Nice.
I tell you what, that's the best. That is the best absolute guess I've done in a whole
well
year.
done.
So it was
That is a-
gifted. It was gifted by France to the USA
I knew it
for
was a
Christmas in
present.
1886,
And it weighs.
and it weighs 204
No,
tons.
not 4,000 tons. Then.
No.
So, who was the closest in
I've been
tons?
waiting all year
I
to
was
get to be
150.
asked a random question that I got right. Fucking hell, that's amazing.
Well done.
David, what was your guess on weight?
that's what I'm looking for.
30, was it?
300 tons, he said.
Oh, 300.
tons. So, David's the closest.
Let me just.
Hang on, how heavy was it?
Oh, sorry.
I was the closest.
It was 204 tons. Sorry, Chris. So Chris gets 3 points. David gets
Double
2
effect.
points. Rob gets 4 points for that, and Claire, sorry, none.
I know. Zero.
Oh, well, no. Claire was closer than Rob on the weight.
No, I
Claire said
carrot.
an answer in carrots.
Yeah, but
So I've
given
given
the
her
weight of
none
that is
for that.
almost zero, that's still closer than 4,000.
He is right. Sorry, he.
No, I'm sorry. I did give the hint at the beginning that it was in tons.
No,
So
yeah,
I'm going to
that
give
was
Claire
my-
zero
I
there.
didn't
Sorry.
listen, I didn't listen. You're right.
Press back. Press back.
So last question.
Yes.
Are you all ready?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Listen very carefully. I
shall
shall say this
only
only
once.
once. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph. Who's missing?
Oh, damn it.
No discussion.
By the way,
No
you got to say it
discussion. Give
again.
your answer.
Say again. Say again.
I will say once more, even though I said I wouldn't. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph. Who is missing?
Got no idea.
I love that Rob is counting on his fingers at the moment.
Dancer. Blitzen. Did you say Prancer?
Yeah.
Blitzen, you
You
said.
did.
I
Said Blitzen, Dancer. You said, say it again, one more time slowly.
No,
Dancer, Prancer, Blitzen, Comet.
I'm just going to make a guess.
Okay, guesses now, please, people.
I'm going to say Springer.
That's not a
Springer.
reindeer, is it?
I don't know.
Dasher from David.
But-
Rob, what's your answer?
Well, I mean, I didn't hear you say Dash. I mean, it's got to be Dasher because that is a reindeer. You didn't
Rob's
say
going
it.
Dasher.
I thought the first one was Dasher.
No, Dancer.
Oh.
Well,
Did you say Dasher?
feel
and
like-
Dancer?
I feel like Claire should get a point here just purely because she's the only one that's given an answer that wasn't something I said.
Oh yeah, I think I
Um,
definitely need a point.
No, Blitzen.
So I'm giving Claire a point for that.
What was the missing one?
So I'll say it again slowly, Rob, to give you one last chance, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll say the rhyme this time.
Dasher, Dancer.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and something, Donner and Blitzen and Rudolph.
I know.
It's a bit like trying to work out. 6 out of 7 dwarves aren't happy.
Is
So,
that
yeah.
related
Where,
results of Dataland research, Bob?
where no one can ever no one can ever name all 7 dwarves. It's the same psychological phenomenon.
So we don't know Comet's partner in the reindeer
Comet and
lineup.
Blitz, Comet,
No.
Comet and
Something spirits.
Cupid.
Oh, Cupid.
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 I would never have come up with that. I would never have come up with Cupid as a reindeer name.
No.
I did try and choose the hardest one to miss out. I
Oh,
have to
did
say,
you write? Well, I'll tell you what. That's genius because you picked the one that.
that has nothing to do with Christmas.
Yeah, I have to go. Listen, guys, I'm gonna have to go. But
Yeah.
I would say to you should ask each other. Try to remember without looking up what all 7 dwarves are called because it's impossible.
Is it,
My
do you
game
want
to
a
help me
short
go to
answer?
No. I've got a meeting. I love you all. Christmas.
Bye. Happy
Okay.
There you
Christmas.
go, Rob. Congratulations. You and Claire are tied for first place in the
Yay.
Christmas quiz. So
Yeah, baby.
congratulations, everybody. Thank you for joining in. And we'll see you all for the next Zoom webinar for Clancast in January. Have a
Happy
lovely
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas. Yeah.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Bye. Bye.